The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Erik's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Erik's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
When was the last time you had really good Texas-style barbecue? Erik's Family Barbecue, the way it's supposed to taste. Always delicious, never rushed, and prepared to perfection. Erik's Family Barbecue uses only 100% fresh meat, slowly smoked over mesquite wood until it's juicy and delicious. We all know their brisket is the best, but have you tried their pulled pork, pork ribs, or rib tips? Amazing, and their sides are all house-made. Erik's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip. You won't be sorry. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more information.
This man needs medical attention.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
The old method of treatment for a person in this condition was to throw him in jail.
It's time to play, everybody. And look who we've got. Erik Griffin is here as our the final comedian.
The final show ever.
I'm just everything I'm reading in the news is like, this is it. And it's weird because I'm in this mindset. All the emails that are coming, because it's our last show of the year, are coming going, goodbye. Yeah. Have a nice time. So it's very final today. Yeah, and it feels like people are, like I'm being eulogized through the email. I don't like this at all.
Well, my first, it's crazy. Coming out of the pandemic, when we finally opened up again, Arizona was the first place I came.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. And then this is now the last place.
Yeah, it's bookending.
Yeah,
so you're convincing me that I was right.
And when you came out here, did you think, this is way too
it was, because I was from California, so I felt institutionalized.
Yeah.
So when I came here and went into a restaurant, I felt like Morgan Freeman from Shawshank Redemption. I was like, can I take my mask off, boss?
You moved the pile of rocks. You got to.
Yeah, it was something else. So now here we are. I don't think we're as scared of it as we once were.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good or bad. But
I don't think we're scared at all. And Brad just asked me, because he said, John, you think there's inevitably going to be another shutdown? I think they'll whisper it again, but we won't do it.
No.
Nobody's playing along again. You're not losing businesses and jobs.
No, because it was like, it's funny because it was like, the original shutdown was supposed to be because they didn't want to overwhelm the hospitals. And we were all on board with that.
Right.
They didn't know what this was. Okay, so that didn't happen.
Right.
You saw people talking about these virus experts before there. I saw one guy that was on Rogan that was like 100 million people are going to die.
Right. I remember that.
You remember that guy?
Based upon that formula.
He was like 100 million. So when 100 million people didn't die, we were kind of like, all right.
It's a win. It's a win.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Let's take a look at the numbers.
Erik, I'm one of the few weirdos that thinks COVID didn't do a very good job. Like we could have stood to lose a heck of a lot more people on this planet.
They're still getting rid of the people that these anti-vax people that are they should show them on TV more than anyone else. they should just show they should show before and after. They should show the before where they're going like, well, I'm never taking that thing. And then after they're in the hospital going, I wish I would have taken it. That's a lot of the stories.
But you can't because there's no change in anybody's minds anymore.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't even care to try.
Well,
it's done.
The thing is like, look, the flu itself was killing 60,000 people a year.
Yeah.
That's a stadium full of people.
Yeah.
Yep.
We didn't shut the world down.
And if it was the Ravens Stadium, I'd be for it.
But what I'm saying is that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of people. So that was the number that we were all acceptable. It was acceptable to us that, okay, so the flu's going to kill 60,000 people. Yeah. It's a standard number, and we just did, and it's terrible, but that's but you know what now? The new number's got to be 500,000.
Yeah. We've raised the bar.
We've raised it. It's going to be the new
Jerry
number.
Lewis telethon.
That's the new number, and we need to move on with our lives.
I agree. There's more of us, so the number has to grow.
So, but I don't know, man. It's just I don't know.
So you're like me. You're for culling.
Yeah.
Very good. You quietly said that. We still heard
they got to go. There's people that got to go.
There's whole entire.
Well, you feel like this is just. I feel like this is just Earth going like, oof,
shaking us off like fleas.
Many of these people.
Yeah, this is just a dog going. Oof.
And it's like, and it's amazing the one that it's attacking. It's like it was like, let's get the unhealthy, fat. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, you said that and stared at Brady the entire time.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I didn't like
that, man.
But it was just a good, you know what I'm saying? Like, you reminded me.
He was looking for
I was right,
sort of
visual. Who am I talking about? Oh, yeah.
This guy right here.
Those people.
Hey, man, I'm down 40 pounds of body fat.
Much thinner.
Because I was looking at the things, looking at the stuff, and they go like, you look at the real numbers. The real numbers are like, hey, it's obesity is like a huge part of the people that,
get real sick
and get taken down by COVID. But we don't ever want to talk about obesity in this country.
Nope.
And these woke people are being weaponized against their own best interest.
That's an excellent point.
They're being weaponized to talk about things like body positivity.
Yeah. And see, I
and
got
you're talking
COVID.
about Lizzo right now, and nobody wants to look at that in a bikini. For God's sake,
first of all, you know what my thing is like? People don't know the difference between body positivity and being an unhealthy fat ass. And from a distance, you can't tell who is who.
Right, that's very true.
So like I had an aunt that was like, diabetes, hypertension. So I see her from a distance. You're like, is that my Aunt May or is that Lizzo? Like you can't tell who's who. And then just depending on the woke people who wants to be like, I always say like I had this in my act, but like it's like body positivity sounds like it was thought of at a fast food Comic-Con. Like these fast food people got together and they were like, our food is unhealthy and people are getting sick and dying. Should we go healthy? And then some diabolical person in the back was like, you know what? I actually have an idea.
Yeah. You have that music.
But we got to use woke people.
Yeah.
We're going to make fat people.
Use them against themselves.
We're going to make fat people feel good about being fat.
Numbers are down in sales.
It's brilliant.
This is going to do it.
It's brilliant. And hey, check this out. If they try to lose weight, we'll shame them.
Yeah. And that's the worst part. If you try to lose weight, now you're going into
let's start with Lizzo. She went on a juice cleanse.
Yeah.
Remember when she went on her little juice cleanse for 7 days?
Crazy.
They went crazy. Like, who is this more in line with? What is body positivity more in line with? Doctors and health professionals or McDonald's?
Ooh, you're starting a whole new documentary series on this.
You know what I mean? Who's it more beneficial to?
Absolutely.
But they're so misguided. I just feel like the youth, this like woke culture.
Well, the new thing.
They're misguided.
There's no more Diet Coke.
Right.
Did you see why?
Because it's diet culture.
Because diet culture is no good. So they're changing. It's the exact same thing, but they changed the name because diet culture is
why don't they call it like health culture?
Yeah.
Do what's right for yourself culture.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
No.
Like who's in charge of that? Like they don't even realize they're
someone
so
that
caught
makes
up in it.
It's
potential to make a lot of money off of it.
Oh yeah.
In charge.
But they're getting rid of Diet Coke and saying this is no good because of the word diet, not because of what's in it. Not because it's, I drink it like crazy.
I'm enjoying mine right now.
It's poison.
The reason why they won't is the branding of it is still so strong.
Going
They'll keep
away.
that. They're putting it in the zero category now.
But it's what they used to call clothes, and then it was a big boned or whatever. Now it's just like plus size,
curvy.
Yeah, it's just until it becomes a pejorative, nobody cares until we can make fun of you with it, and then they change the name of it.
Yeah. Then they go to the comics. What are the comics talking about? All right, let's make that bad, and then we move on.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think like it's like. And by the way, I'm not one of these comics that's worried about people being sensitive because we're all sensitive.
Heck yeah.
I'm sensitive. The things I talk about is because of my sensitivity. The problem is how it's weaponized.
Yeah.
That's the problem,
Yeah.
And like these people that get so upset about jokes because they don't understand figure of speech.
Or nuance.
Yeah,
it's
But
gone.
like figure of speech is gone from society.
Yeah.
But it would be like if we're all in a car and we're trying to get someplace and a huge traffic jam comes up, and we're late. And I say to you guys, there better be a dead baby up here.
Yeah.
Okay?
What is holding us up?
Yeah, what is holding us? There better be a severed head. Now, here's the thing. Do I really want a dead baby up there? No, but the sensitive...
never mind. I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
But the sensitive people will be like, oh, my God. He hates babies.
I can't believe you said that.
No, it's like he hates babies. He's and it's like no. It's just a way of saying I hope something super important is going on up there. That's jokes,
right? You're actually talking about how important it would be that the world has to stop and you would accept it if there was in fact a dead baby because that's important.
Exactly.
They see it as you wanting to kill babies,
right?
Hitler. Yeah,
and that's the whole thing. And so these sensitive people don't get why they do, and they only attack comedy, which is crazy. They only attack comedy, but it'd be like, I don't know why they're not watching Netflix and then calling the police.
Right.
Why aren't they on Netflix going like this? Oh my God, there's something super It's super sadistic going on. Asians are being slaughtered. There's like they're on some sort of island. I don't know what's happening. You need to come do something. Oh, and there's a man telling jokes about transgender people.
Right. Get here immediately.
Yeah. You know why they're not doing that? It's because it's a show.
Yeah. The whole thing's a show.
It's just a show.
Although I will say I'd like to be in traffic with you and hear that, and then as we pass the accident, be like, holy.
Oh, my God.
There's a dead baby.
There's actually a dead baby.
There's a dead baby on the freeway. How did that happen? Now I've got more questions.
I was going to say that line isn't as powerful now that you can get the abortion drug over through the mail.
How about that? Abortion in the mail. You can get abortion through the mail, which I'm fine with. I've taken this stance several times. Everybody who listens to the show know it. I'm kind of in the middle of the road on abortion. It's not birth control, but I think it should be available. So if I had a picket sign, it would say, "It's your choice, whore." And I think that's the proper thing to stand outside of a place and say.
You know what's funny? We're actually very in line because it's like I'm middle of the road about a lot of things too. I just think common sense should play a factor.
Yeah.
But when people talk about abortion, how about this? Can we acknowledge that it's horrible?
Yeah.
But it's your right to choose it.
That's exactly it.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
but
your
what I'm
choice,
saying is like, don't come and tell me that like don't tell me that it's a good thing that's happening.
Right.
What I'm saying to you is like, hey, we don't like this. But I
say
it's your choice to do it. You shouldn't be, but let's acknowledge what it is. It's very nuanced, but there's no nuance in the world anymore.
On the news last night, they showed the people celebrating that the abortion pill is allowed in mail. And I'm like, what were you planning this weekend that was like something you're going to, like, I'm not high-fiving you over, the guys would, but like girls?
That's the real walk of shame. The walk of shame is not leaving like some dude's house with your heels in your hand. No, it's going
driving
to the checkout with the Plan B.
Yeah.
Because then you got of course you're buying nonsense you don't even need. Shampoo.
Yeah. You got to get airplane glue and all those things.
You know what I mean? You get all kinds of nonsense. It's like, printer ink that you don't even have. And then it's like Plan B.
I never thought of how hard that has to be to buy.
Yeah, that's
you're spending $500-$600 at the CVS
I've been in that situation in my single days.
Buying abortion pills for a girl?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's always like, no, but...
Oh, I'm sorry. I was all proud of you.
This is terrible, but I remember saying like we're going to the the CVS and always like no matter what was happening before that, like even if the fun of it and all that stuff and oh my God, now you're sitting here going like why did you do that? You say it's like you were there. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? It's like and then we're like we get to the place and I'm like she's like what? I was like I can't go in there. I was like. Montez from Workaholics can't buy them.
It's going to be
the worst part for you if they're like, I love the show, man.
I look back on it, I was like, what a monster.
Yeah. And you're sitting there looking at the counter, and a guy looks down and says, hey, Montez, love the show. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're buying here. Nice.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
well done, my friend.
And here's your neon B on the pill package.
Yeah, so why not? Just buy it on the mail. I don't know. Yeah, like I say, it is what it is. It's like it's so easy for that to happen. And what are we supposed to? It's such a at least with the Plan B pill, it's not like 4 weeks in. You know what I mean? This is like,
and that's called alcohol.
Yeah.
You just start guzzling vodka until the thing comes out rotten. That's the plan. I mean, it's all bad. Like if you've had
cleansing,
that in your mind, you're going to try to do that no matter what. Yeah. So I just thought it was funny that they were celebrating like, yes, finally, I can do whatever I want, and the pills will show up, and then the mailman can come and bring it to the wrong house, and the next thing you know, you're a mother.
Oof.
Yeah, you got to watch that.
I wonder if it comes like. Does it come like porn or a sex toy? Is it like wrapped in,
I've never ordered
I hope it's not on the packaging where it's like,
just
no way, they've got it.
It's right on the packaging.
It's labeled.
It's sitting outside your door for all your neighbors to see.
Keep refrigerated abortion pill, 48-hour use. Yeah, I don't know. I've never had to be in that position. I've had one girl that thought she was pregnant once, and that was years ago, and then she made me go to her doctor with her. And I sit there and he's like, you kids need to be more. Since she wasn't even pregnant.
Remember what happened in that situation? Were you like not? You're like, I think there's only one way someone gets pregnant, and how do you not know that happened?
Well, that she got pregnant, or that I knew that I did it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew I did it, and that's what she got scared about. No, I knew. I just didn't know what we were doing and why I had to go.
Yeah.
I wrote a check. I thought I was clear, and then she's like, "No, you got to go with me." And I'm like, "Oh," so I just sit there and have this guy yell at me for 20 minutes.
Monster.
Oh yeah. No, there's no question about it. Well, you don't know to go to the. I'm not Ben Folds. This isn't the song Brick. I write the check.
This guy's like, I don't even know your last name. I don't even know your last Name it. We're going to the doctor together?
Yeah, look, Susan.
What, are we buying a house, too? What are we doing?
Sarah, you son of a bitch. I don't know what's going on
he
inside
carries
you.
a checkbook
Yeah,
around.
always have a checkbook.
Cutting checks.
Look, and the memo is pre-stamped.
First of all, you're so old. Did you have your checkbook and your did you have your Walkman with you?
Don't shame me for checks, Erik Griffin. Don't
are you balancing your checkbook still?
It's basically a receipt for the abortion. It's smart. It's for taxes.
You Venmo chicks now, okay? Like, this guy's writing a check.
Write it out.
She wouldn't even know what to do with it. Doing this, a check. What is this?
Did you take Apple Pay? There you go. What do you mean? I don't have the Cash App. I'm just gonna have to write you a check. No, I don't know what
Cash
you do.
App. Cash App's for hookers, right?
Oh, it is.
Who uses Cash App?
Is that a thing? I don't know. Is that real?
Every time somebody asks me, they go, "Hey, do you have Cash App?" Like, no, I'm not a.
You're all judgy about which way you
get
get money.
Lady of the night.
I am Zelle.
What is the classy one? I don't know what's what.
I don't know what's classy, but I just know Cash App is always in some. It's always around shady stuff.
Is
going
it?
On. Yeah.
I don't even know. Yeah, somebody just asked me there. You got Cash App?
Of course you don't know
Maybe.
because you're still writing checks.
I love checks.
Toledo asked you the other day.
Oh, that's
He
right.
was the Cash App
oh,
guy.
well, now we know.
There
My
you go.
producer is the one that Cash App me some
$60. He's clearly a whore.
Cash App for those abortion pills he's ordering up. I didn't know that. I thought Cash App was clear. I didn't know it was for prostitution and drug running. But now we do. And dead babies and freeways and things like that. Erik Griffin's at Stand Up Live. Tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday is the final show of comedy ever for at least 2021. And then we're shutting down and the season of death begins. Is there anything else in your life going on? You got Workaholics went away, and we were hoping, because last time you were here, like, oh, they're going to do another thing, and you never did it.
Oh, they are. They're actually in the works.
No kidding?
Yeah, they're going to
Now
make
everybody's,
we're making a movie for Paramount Plus, but... You know, it's like Adam Devine's so busy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure when we're going to be able to do it. But
just replace him.
Yeah. I think that's what they but if they replace him, you know what they'll do? It'll be like a Jamaican kid, and then the other guy will be Asian.
And a transgender.
And the other one will be transgender, non-binary. You know what I mean? It'll be something
I'd
like
watch that.
Yeah. That's what because apparently, it's like if anything's white, it's like,
you can't have it.
Can't have it.
Yeah, and no one knows what you are.
Yeah.
Which you're living the life right now in Hollywood.
I'm living La Vida Loca.
Because you can be anything you say you are, and people be like, I'm not asking.
But you know what's so stupid, though, is let's not act like stuff still isn't majority white.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you look on TV, it's a lot of white people on TV. I got all my, but it's like.
We're everywhere.
Yeah, but it's like you're noticing now when they do changes because it's not normalized. Like, we're so used
noticing commercials.
Look, we're so used to things being white when we see, like, and then we know what they're doing, too. You see a commercial, it's like a black guy with an Asian girl, and you're like, what are you doing?
Oh,
you know what I mean? And that's because we're old and we reckon,
And I see the one where there's an Asian guy and a black girl. I'm like,
Not happening.
No, that did not happen.
Oh, look at that.
Somebody lost a bet.
That was a weekend in Vegas.
That didn't happen. She's not doing that. That's not a thing. She's just tired of limping. So she went to Asian guys. That has to be the end of that.
Oh, man, look at this guy.
You're right. You know I'm right, though. You know I'm right.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
You never see that, though. Black guys love Asian girls, but Asian women, or black women to Asian guys.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple times.
When?
I have. I travel a lot. I leave. I'm not living in a white bubble.
But it stood out because you're
I
like,
watch TV
I
and I
guarantee
never
you,
see it.
If you were on stage and looked out at your crowd and saw
course,
that, you'd be like, hey, that's different.
I would talk about it.
Because then nobody sees it. It would
be freaking fantastic.
The damn Northern Lights.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, we're so, like, when you're over 40 and you've been living in the United States, we're so used to seeing things in a certain way. Then when we see we see outside of that, it's so jarring. It's like, did you guys see that movie Eternals?
No.
This new Marvel movie?
No. I know.
My goodness, dude. They're supposed to be 7,000 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, they're 7,000 years old, and then it's like a chubby black gay dude, a middle-aged Latino woman, a deaf girl, Arab descent guy. You just like look at this and you go, "What are you doing, Disney?" Why would this celestial being create these people like this?
Basically, what you're saying is, why would they ever create Arabs?
Yeah.
Do you see how he did that? Do you see how he did that?
You said it. I'm just
Here we go,
following.
everybody.
I'm just following the bouncing ball.
Here
Eric.
he is, Trump 2024. Here he is.
Yeah, you started
It's
it.
so true.
Yeah, it's so true. You're right. We should have never made Arabs.
Here we go.
Where in the Bible does it say and Arabs?
The views expressed by these super villains right here, these bald white.
You said it. I just confirmed it. Yeah,
man.
look, I just fact checked it, and you're right.
You fact checked it.
Yeah, I have a computer right. I'm very fast.
Were you on Newsmax? Like, where did you?
But you didn't
Where
like
did
you didn't like Eternals because there were too many Asians. So go back to your story. I forgot what you were
My
saying.
point is, when you look at that kind of stuff, you go, "All right, I know what they're trying to do."
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
We're not used to it yet. So eventually, we'll just be like, whatever.
I think it's to make us middle people like you and I feel racist when it's not. Because I saw a commercial the other day, and Santa's in the North Pole, and he is black, and not like a little black, like black. And I'm like, well, he wouldn't live in the North Pole. Like, that's pigment. You don't stay up there for those many years and stay that dark. That's because of the equator. We have to still get into the idea of science and stuff making sense.
I thought the same thing when I was watching that remake of Beauty and the Beast, the live action.
Yeah.
I was like, where did these 6 black people come from in, 12th century France?
Yeah.
This little French town.
Right.
Like, all of a sudden, it's like, so like when you're a nerd.
Oh, they were there.
Yeah.
I'm saying when you're a nerd, and you're looking at things, you kind of want to go, let's make this make sense.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, there are certain things where you go, I don't care. Like the new Gossip Girl that my girl loves. My lady loves Gossip Girl. This new one is very fluid. It's very things in it, bisexual, non-binary.
Right.
But in that world, this is fine.
Right.
This makes sense.
But we see it as a agenda-driven.
But
in
the
a way.
sewers.
And I think that's because of our age, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
I think because of our age, we look at things and go, "Well, I know what they're doing."
Went out of their way on
We've
this
seen
one.
it before.
Yeah, it's like when you see an alarm company commercial and the thief is white. We're like, okay, what's going on here? Okay. You just got to know. You know what I mean? It's like, but we live in a society right now where we're not even allowed to have preference. We're not allowed to have taste. Like, you can't look at something and be like, I don't really like this.
You can't say that.
It depends on what it is. Like, HBO has a show called Black Lady Sketch Show.
Yeah.
Do you think they can ever cancel
No, never.
Black Lady Sketch Show? That show will be on forever.
Right.
Because even if they discuss it, HR is going to come in and go,
It stays. It
that's got to
stays.
stay.
Cancel us?
Yeah. So it's like, it becomes a thing where it's like, I think it's perfectly fine for you to look at something and be like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
And then other people make it about what they want to make it about. Oh, you don't like it because...
Right,
It's
exactly.
like, no,
that's the
that's
thing
not.
about the Santa. If you're like, Santa wouldn't be black, it's a pigment thing. Oh, you just think it's why can't he be black? I didn't say he couldn't, but he would live on the equator.
Yeah, it would be like...
the
North Pole would be, his Santa's warehouse would be, in Phoenix.
Right. Yeah, you're not going to live
even
where there's no sun. That's a skin thing. Are we that naive to this diversity thing? Yeah. I don't get it. But I'm all for everybody doing whatever they want because it's more fun. So go crazy with all the stuff and the fluidity and all that, and I'll just sit back and laugh. There's a new model who's handicapped, black, transgender, and they've just signed him to like a modeling agency.
Well, it just shows you how easy it is to model.
That's it. That's what I'm saying. Remember when models used to be like, and how am I going to relate to what he's wearing?
Yeah.
And you can't even put it on without 2 other people.
Oh, man, you are just a monster, dude.
The time for the photo shoot.
Am I wrong?
This guy's like, who wants to go to the MS fashion show?
I don't. Do you? I'm not going to wear the same things they wear.
Like Michael J. Fox is going to
Yeah, I don't
going
need
down
that.
the... Like,
Just and I'd make a shirt with bells on it. I mean, it's not
Cut the
relatable.
strobes. Cut the strobes.
That's the thing. Somebody said that the other day. They were talking to the lady who still owns the rights to the Bond thing, and she said, "Do you think Bond will ever be non-binary?" And she goes, "I don't know. Maybe someday." And so it kind of took her by
One requirement.
Well, she said it has to be British, but I mean, you could see it in her answer, like, "Oh crap, that's a trap question."
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I don't. Maybe.
Please ask J.K. Rowling.
But what
She'll answer
nobody
that question.
says is the reason he isn't going to be non-binary is because they want to make money, and the population of people interested in that or relating to that, it has to be relatable. That's the whole point of Workaholics. Workaholics is everybody knew Montez. Everybody had, to a certain degree, or exaggerations of characters, but everybody on the show was somebody you're like, I've been a guy like that. I've been that guy. So it's all relatable. If Bond is interested in wearing dresses and tuxedos at the I'm like, I can't relate to this, Bond. I don't. So it's not relatable to society as a whole, but that makes us all racist for saying I'm not interested. I'm not interested in
That's
it.
what I'm
Isn't I
saying.
hate it.
Right.
Yeah.
What I can't stand is people, you say something and they translate your words into what they think it is.
Right.
And then they make that.
Like you with the Arab thing.
Yeah, they make that true. And it's like, it's not just because you say it, it's not true. Like everything that happens on the internet, it should all be ended with the phrase "to me."
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then it would be like, okay, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
You're all good, but
the
rest of us is like, it's like you say something, you go, oh, you're racist. Just say the words after that, to me.
Yeah.
So that we all know that's your translation.
Right.
Because I hate when somebody says something, you go, oh, well, you hate, like if you do jokes about women, if you make a joke about a woman, you hate women.
Yeah. All of them.
They do hate women. Like,
no, I hate that one.
I don't hate anyone.
I do.
You guys are just funny. You know what I mean? It's like, is it okay you're funny? You're 50% of the population?
Yeah.
Look, if I was making jokes about pandas on stage, like all the time, just pandas, the pandas would have a case to be like, hey, man.
This guy's got an agenda.
Yeah, what's up with just horses? Just pigs?
Yeah.
There's like lions? Why are you just going on us? Yeah. That would be the case. But when I'm on stage, there's only two kinds of people to talk about.
There's guy
men
and the other.
And then the 1% of this whatever you want to be, which is fine, but you're still, it's like...
Yeah, we don't have jokes about you other than what it is that you confuse us with.
That's the other factor, too, is the minute that you're confused, that means you hate.
Yeah.
In a way. It's like, I don't understand that.
And I just took your advice, Eric, and while you were talking, I went on the internet and I posted up, all immigrants are worthless to me. There you
so
go.
We can go, oh, yeah.
Oh, that guy. I don't know what his thoughts are. No, it's just crazy. You're right. And I'm so tired of it that I welcome the challenge. Well, and they're afraid of people who fight back.
But I'm right.
Yeah.
But I'm doing, when you're doing comedy, man, you have to like deal with this all the time.
Yeah.
It's like so it's like there's always going to be somebody in a crowd who's like, oh, well, it's like, then what do you want to watch?
Yeah.
Like, is there
and why do you want to watch?
To comedy?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. We did a comedy show a couple weeks ago. It was Colin Kane, Ali Sadiq, and John Lovitz, and we host the whole thing, and I'm out there doing stuff. And so we did this night, it's just a big party kind of end the year. And I got an email from a lady that said, I'm not easily offended, but between you and Colin Kane and Allie and John, I was blown away at the hate for women, and we had to leave early. And I'm like, you know what you can stop saying with all your emails? I am not easily offended. You went to a comedy show. If you're offended at all, you're easily offended. And you know who's offended? People who say I'm not easily offended. Because I'm not. You know how hard it is to offend me? If you do, I'm proud of you.
I always say, like, I don't know you well enough to care about you.
Exactly.
So you say whatever you want to me. I don't know you like that.
Right.
Yeah. I just don't know you well enough for you to affect me like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, when people say that, here's my thing too. It's like, if you're offended, cool. Leave.
Move on
with your life.
Right.
Sending that email?
I know.
That's offensive.
There it is. Now I am offended.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that's the offensive part, because you should just be like, this isn't my cup of tea, let me move on. But this idea that, like, you're making jokes, and, like, it's like, well, it must mean, let me translate this in, oh, you hate women.
Right.
And usually, by the way, the people that get most offended is usually young women in their 20s with one semester of psychology at college. Because there is different levels of like, because sometimes I'll say one joke and then like after the show, it's like married women or in their late 30s, they'll come and be like, oh my God, that was so funny.
Right.
Like, oh, you got me on that one. And then it's like these young women who are just like no life experience, none, like zero life experience. They've never left this city or wherever they live, and they want to come and they want to act like, So it's like,
you know how you answer it?
How can you be in the same place? So are you right? And all these people laughing are wrong.
Yes,
and you're right.
Yeah,
like,
and you're compelled.
I've got the answer
much.
For you when they come up and start going. I can't believe you said that. You hate for women is blah blah. I just go typical bitch.
I know.
I should have answered that. Like, I just like making them more mad. Because they're easy to tease, and I just don't care.
That's the thing, too. They're so easy to needle, and that's what the funny thing about it is. But I don't know, man. Sometimes, though, you just go, like, I get that, like, I'm sensitive to all that has happened. I always thought that this country was way more sexist than it was racist. Yeah. And there's been times of our life this country has been pretty racist.
Sure.
We got a couple of examples.
And even through all that, I think we were still more sexist than we were racist.
Yeah.
By the way, we had a black president before we had a female president. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
So I get, and then you had the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
So sometimes when I'm doing comedy and I might say something that normally it's just like, this is just in jest and fun, that you see like a woman in the crowd go like this. She'll go like, oh. And I just go, oh, you're fed up.
Right.
And it's not about me.
Yeah, it's just everything.
It's just you're just fed up with everything.
Yeah.
So at a certain point, you just go, I think a person that feels like that shouldn't go to a comedy show.
No.
Like if you're looking for an escape, because it's so the hypocrisy of it is, you go see a female comic.
Oh,
It's just nonstop trashing of men.
that's it.
I mean, just trash man, and I laugh. I just go,
most of the time they're right.
Oh, you're so right about that. So then when I go on and I'm saying, oh well, is it look, man, men and women can say the exact same words, to exact same words, and it has a different meaning.
Right.
So like, if it's like if I'm single and I'm going after a younger woman and she's like 25 or something, she can easily say to me, hey, I'm flattered, but I prefer younger and more in shape. Okay? Now, check this out. Any older guy would be like this. That's fair.
I get it.
I took my shot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But let me turn around and say the same words.
Yeah.
I prefer younger and more in shape. It hit different, don't it? It hits different. Same exact words.
Equally
so
as true.
It's one of these things where it's like it's so nuanced and it's so.
Have you had a woman say that to you?
Yeah.
No kidding. And it is fair.
It's a fair thing to say.
What a mean person.
That's no. See, I don't think it's mean.
No,
it's
she's
called
just being honest.
It's called preference.
Yeah, but you could have just said
No, dude.
You're just not my
no,
type.
Here's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I think that I think preference is important.
Sure.
And it's lost. We don't have preference anymore. It's like, it's like I don't like I don't like sports chicks.
Yeah.
I don't like
Too athletic.
I don't like too athletic, or chicks that are too into sports.
Yeah.
Like if a chick has a fantasy football team, yuck. You know what I mean? Yuck. If she's asking me who you starting this week for your quarterback, I'm out.
That's what we're supposed to talk about.
You know what I mean? I'm out. That's just my preference.
Yeah.
I don't like those those like sporty couples. Like you always see them in like sweatpants and stuff, and every time they see you, they're checking their pulse. Oh, hey guys, we're on a walk. I mean, that's not for me. That's just my preference.
You like them a little bit lazy, a whole lot quiet, and not Arab.
This mother. I almost cursed. I almost got you. Yeah. Whoa.
I took my shot.
Yeah, you did. So I don't know. I like girly girls.
Yeah.
I like girls that don't like spiders.
I can rephrase it for you if you're interested.
No, it's okay.
You like a woman who knows her place.
Oh my God. This guy, dude. This guy, he's the worst.
We have that in common.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm with Erik Griffin.
No, stop
when it comes to women. I like a lady who keeps it down.
Oh, that is not what I am saying.
Talk about the things I want to talk about.
Yeah, to me.
Erik Griffin's at Stand Up Live. What is the Workaholics, like the movie, possibilities?
It's probably I would look in the next year and a half, maybe.
Really? Oh, it's sooner than I thought.
It could be 2 years because talk about they're still writing. They got to find the time to film and all that. So we'll see what happens with that. They may even try to reboot Workaholics, but probably would. But
And what's funny about that show? I tried to not like it, and I couldn't, and I don't know why. I watched it. I'm like, man, I don't want to watch this. I think there was something about it. I was like, I don't know why. I didn't want to relate to it, and then I did, and I'm like, oh no, it just got really funny. Yeah, because at first I just thought it was just people being stupid. But it's not.
But
it's
you
really
weren't that
clever.
way with Entourage.
No, Entourage was different. I hated that from the beginning, and I watched every episode. I don't know why.
I just was on a podcast with the creator of that show.
Of Entourage? Yeah. Doug, what's his name?
Yeah, Doug.
Yeah.
Doug
he seems
Allen,
like well, he figured it out. The dude's figured it out.
I know, but I just, when the one, the one
good.
thing I never liked about Entourage was the lead actor.
Yeah.
He wasn't a star.
No, he wasn't a guy you'd go to a movie to see. I agree.
Didn't believe he was a star.
Be Aquaman.
I hated the show.
I didn't believe him. He was, and you know what? It's still true because even to this day,
he get a movie
he
job.
ain't a star. You know what I mean?
It's bad casting. No, and it drove me nuts because every time he'd walk down the street, everybody'd turn their heads and drop to their the women would, and I'm like, no, not him. He's like a B guy. He's the second dude. He's Taylor Lautner or whatever that kid's name. He's not the star. He's the
just
second
gone.
guy.
You know what I mean?
Just disappeared. You're
so
absolutely
that's
right.
the one thing I couldn't wrap my brain around.
Did you tell Doug Eller that?
I think I did say that.
And what did he say?
I don't remember.
You weren't listening.
Like
You
you
didn't
said
care.
to me.
Just took a shot, and that's enough. That's
Took
cool.
a shot. You
What
know
kind of
what I mean?
podcast was that?
It was just like, I do this other podcast. It's called Gen to Gen, and it's like me and this social influencer actor. His name is Matthew Espinoza. So it's like he's 25. I'm how old I am.
How old
And
are
then
you?
I'm about to turn 50, guys, in March.
We're the same. I'm
Yeah.
July.
So so we do this podcast and we just talk about the difference in the generations and we bring people on and talk about that stuff. So check out Gen to Gen, and it's it's just one of these things where as we get older, I realize it's really just about being out of touch.
Yeah.
And that's why young people are kind of like, what are you talking about? Like, you're talking about a checkbook. You know
Love
what I mean?
checkbooks.
And then we're out here like no one even uses that. Like things are obsolete now, iPods and things like that. No one's using the cameras, and it's all about your phone. And it's like
Our thing is
times
on the
have changed.
history. Well, I'm not old enough to know that. Why
Yeah,
should
people
I know
say,
that?
I wasn't born yet. I'm like, well, it still happened, Chess.
No, it's like when I love talking to young people who, like, say for instance, they go like, oh, I don't want to get vaccinated, and I just go, well, polio. But I talked to this one young kid. I said, well, they had a vaccination for polio. He goes, I don't even know what that is. And I was like this. You know why? It's because we got vaccinated.
See, there's a win right there.
Yeah,
You gotta love those moments.
I know, but it's one of these things where it's like young people really, they really don't understand like that thing about it's like you don't repeat history. You know, they just want to. They don't understand that they think they're so original. They think that like what's happening to them right now has never happened to anyone ever.
Exactly.
Shakespeare.
Were we that way?
No, well, yeah, because
I don't think
we've
so.
always repeated ourselves
I
in
know.
history.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's
I
true.
mean, thousands of years.
Aristotle wrote a page about the youth of the time, and if you read it today, it's the same.
Yeah.
Like,
just
this
set
isn't
up with
new.
no.
You're not original.
No.
You're not original. We all have gone through this. We all thought we were smarter than the generation before. We didn't want to learn anything from them, and we think that, we're different. It's like, and then you just get older and you just go, ooh, like your knee starts to hurt, or, you know what I mean?
Basically, what gets bad is that when you're funny, your references die.
That's why you got to stay.
And that's when you start getting upset, because then you got to start following stuff, like Lil Nas X and stuff. I have no idea how to talk about
Part
it.
of getting up.
I have no idea what to
that's
say.
so
I have
true,
no
man.
idea how to say anything. I know about them, but
I had this moment one time. Oh man, I'm this girl in the front row. She's talking smack, and I'm saying something to her, and I go, I'm trying to make the reference. Oh, you like pretty boys like Brad Pitt, and she goes like this. Ew. Isn't he like 40? You know what I mean? And I was like,
oh my God.
Dude, I had a moment where I was like, is he not the hot guy reference anymore?
Dad.
Like, who's the, she's like, ew.
Yeah.
But
No, it's Dan TDM. What?
Yeah, you're like, you don't even know, like, I don't even know who these people are. You ask like some young girl, like, who do you think's attractive right now? It'll be like some weird social influencer that I've never heard of before.
Unboxer. Yeah. Eric Griffin is at Stand Up Live tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. StandUpLive.com if you want to go. It's going to be great. It'll be the last time you get to see comedy before the winter of death hits us. Eric, leave us with words of wisdom real quick.
I don't know. Just, try to be open to nuance and open to discussions and be open to it's totally okay that if you disagree with someone, but it doesn't mean you have to remove them from society.
Exactly. Beautiful. Erik Griffin, thank you, man. Pleasure. Have a great holiday. It's 98 KUPD.
98.
Oh my gosh.
98.
Shut the front door.
KUPD.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.